Well, good morning. We have made it to the world-famous Churchill Downs, which is home of the Kentucky Derby.
We are doing a guided track tour. Tickets were $18 a piece, which gets you a 30-minute guided track tour, entrance to the Kentucky Derby Museum, and I believe you can also watch like a 20-minute 360-degree movie experience thing.
We are filming this in June of 2023, and there are currently no races being held here at Churchill Downs. There has been an unusual high amount of horse deaths at the races this year, so they have shut the track down to do some investigating to make sure that there's nothing going on that is suspicious or that there is damage to the track that is causing the horses to get hurt. So that just happened last weekend. So this is the first weekend where there are no races being held, so we're not really sure what to expect here.
After walking through the starting gate, it was time to meet up with our tour group. The group was large, but the guide had a microphone and speaker, so we were able to hear everything that was said.
We found out that the winner of the 1890 Derby was named Riley, so we felt like she was with us on this tour. We were led out to the track to take a look at where the horses race.
We were greeted by the grandstands where over 155,000 people joined together to watch the Kentucky Derby every single year.
It is a mile long, and the Derby's actually run at a mile and a quarter. So the Derby starts right back here at that white pole with the red stripes on it, goes all the way past the finish line, way down there, and around one more time to complete a mile and a quarter.
Of course, we got to see the famous spires that Churchill Downs is known for.
They're trying to figure out kind of if there's anything wrong with the track or anything. So to be honest, and it's under investigation, so not only do I not know, we don't really know what exactly happened in those cases. It might have just been coincidence, but we are investigating the matter right now. So races have moved to Ellis Park for now, but they'll move back here in September. And then of course, we would have July and August off anyways, so the other tracks run.
While there are many beverages drink at the Derby, none is more famous than the mint julep, so naturally they have a stand that just sells juleps.
What'd you think of the tour?
It was interesting.
What'd you learn? Repeat everything.
Do what?
Repeat everything you learned.
I learned that Secretariat, who's potentially one of the most famous horses, probably won so many of his races because a normal horse's heart weighs between like 7 and 10 pounds, and when they did, what do you call it? Not an autopsy.
A necrotology? I don't know.
Sounds dirty.
It does.
Whatever an autopsy is for a horse, his heart weighed 22 pounds, which is kind of crazy. So it was pumping a lot more blood.
Then we all gathered together for the 360-degree movie experience. Sure. Get your ticket.
Coach the trip.
Scan your ticket, babe. See how you did.
Great. Failure.
You're ruined. I'll never be able to financially recover.
The museum had a section about horseshoes and all the effort that the farriers go through to make them fit perfectly. There was a giant wall of artistic shoes, so we picked our favorites. This one is my favorite, and this is Andrew's favorite.
We're going to compare Candace's height to the famous jockey something Shoemaker. Probably should know his first name. Bill Shoemaker. That's just disrespectful. Bill Shoemaker is considered one of the best racing jockeys of all time and retired in 1990 with over 8,800 wins under his belt. We have made it to downtown Louisville and have just parked in a parking garage because where are we going next, babe?
We are going to check out the Louisville Slugger Museum.
Yep. Museum and Bat Factory. We are not big baseball people, but
we don't dislike baseball.
We don't dislike it.
Like,
but it is a factory, so it shows how the bats are made, and it's just kind of one of those things that you kind of need to do when you're in Louisville. So we're going to check it out, see what they have in the factory, see what they have in the museum, and if I recall correctly, I believe both of us get a very special gift at the end of the tour. So stay tuned to see what that gift could be. It's making really weird noises.
Does anyone else think that if you jumped, if the elevator was falling, that if you jumped at just the right time, you'd survive?
Has anyone else seen the episode of Mythbusters where they prove that to be false?
But if you're in the air. Located in downtown Louisville, the Museum and Bat Factory is hard to miss. Out front is the world's largest baseball bat, standing at 120 feet tall.
J.F. Hillerick opened his woodworking shop in Louisville in 1855. During the 1880s, Hillerick hired his 17-year-old son, John Bud Hillerick. Legend has it that Bud, who played baseball himself, slipped away from work one afternoon in 1884 to watch Louisville's major league team, the Louisville Eclipse.
The team's star, Pete Louisville Slugger Browning, broke his bat while playing the game. Bud invited Browning to his father's shop to handcraft a new bat to his specifications. Browning accepted the offer, and after finally convincing his father, they started producing baseball bats. In 1916, one of the bat salesmen, Frank Bradsby, became a partner, and the company's name changed to Hillerick and Bradsby.
Unfortunately, filming of the factory is not allowed, but we learned a lot about baseball bat manufacturing, and we saw all the production equipment used to make bats. We followed the life of a bat from a standing tree in the forest to the bats we got to hold in our hands. If you enjoy the process of seeing how things are made, you'll really enjoy this tour.
We just left the Louisville Slugger Museum and Bat Factory. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, even though we're not baseball people, I would definitely recommend going. The factory tour was the best part to us.
As usual, we've eaten pretty much nothing since breakfast today, so we were looking up restaurants in the area and found this cool place called the Troll Underground Pub, I believe was the name of it. So we're going to check that out. It looks like they have a little bit of everything to eat, and it looks yummy.
So that's what we're doing now. In Kentucky.
What's on it?
So we have, it's an open-faced turkey sandwich with some tomato and then a bunch of very special cheese that I cannot remember the name of that I will Google. This actually started at the Brown Hotel, which isn't too far from here, and this one is supposed to be almost an exact replica of the original. thin sliced deli turkey, fresh tomato, toasted bread. I wish I remember what type of cheese it was. It is really, really
I think it was called like Mornay or something like that. I don't know if that's how you say it, but.
This is like the one food that I wanted to try when we were in Kentucky. Yeah, it was really good.
Would you get it again?
I would definitely get it again.
I'm bored and I got a salad, but it's a jumbo salad.
Yeah, we got some really good troll fries too. Yeah, I'd call this a success. We have made it back to the car after eating at the Troll Pub under the bridge. That place was really cool. We would definitely recommend it. We realized on the walk back that we did not show off our gifts that you get at the Louisville Slugger Museum.
Dun dun dun! A mini bat.
Mini bats. I really thought that was going in my eye. That really scared me for a second. Yeah, so we each got one. Mine is a maple bat, and Candace's is ash. So we each got one. It says it's a value of $9. If you subtract that from the $22 ticket, is that what it was? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's basically $13 and a free bat. So that was kind of cool. So that's probably going to do it for today, unless we end up giving y'all an Airbnb tour this evening. But if not, we will do it first thing in the morning on our way back to Virginia. See y'all in the morning.
Good morning and welcome to our Airbnb in Louisville, Kentucky. We've been staying here in this tiny house for a few days now. Sadly, we are checking out this morning, but we wanted to give y'all a quick tour before we leave. So first, let's start with the kitchen area. It's got pretty much everything you need except for an oven. It does not have an oven, but it does have a full-size fridge, microwave, electric cooktop, big sink, coffee, tea, all the goodies. And then behind me, let's step up here, is a very nice size bathroom that we were very surprised by the size of. The bathroom and the shower.
The shower is absolutely giant, which has been nice. It's got a really cute floating vanity, and I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there's actually a little light underneath there, so if you're walking in to brush your teeth or something at night, you don't have to turn on all the lights, which is nice.
They also have a very functional little workstation over here with a little seat for you to sit at. It's actually got quite a bit of room.
That's where I've been doing all the editing for the vlogs this week, so that's been super nice.
And last but not least is the nice bedroom area. This is actually where you walk into the tiny house. This is a queen size bed. It's very comfy. They've also got a big TV right here with all things, Netflix, Hulu, Apple.
Got some nice transom windows up there. I tried to catch some on camera, but it's kind of hit or miss. The Louisville airport is just south of us, so we're able to lay in bed in the morning and look out the window and see a bunch of planes take off, which is kind of cool for us. We like that. It's kind of peaceful. There's also a door right here that goes into the host's backyard. They did mention online that with permission you can use their backyard, but we haven't felt the need to. There's a big patch of grass right outside. That's why I've been taking Candace to go outside. I mean, Riley to go outside and go potty.
It is a really nice backyard space, though. I think you literally just have to be like, hey, can we use your backyard? They've got like a table set up. I think they've got a fire pit out there, and they've got a little like patch of grass that's, I would assume, for dogs to use the bathroom. If you hear noises, there's construction going on outside.
Like literally right on the other side of the wall. They're digging a trench for some water.
Yeah, we really like this place. It's very cute. It's fairly new to Airbnb, so it didn't have a lot of reviews when we booked it. So we were slightly hesitant to book a place with like only 1 or 2 reviews, but I was very pleasantly surprised, especially by I thought the bathroom was going to be like super tiny. Like I thought the shower was going to be like, one where you can like barely move and you're going to be able to pee and brush your teeth at the same time, but it's like a giant bathroom.
Yeah, I think when we booked it, it actually had 0 reviews, and as our dates got closer, a couple of reviews started coming in. We are minutes from the interstate, like literally within 5 minutes you're on the interstate. When we went to Churchill Downs yesterday, that was a 9-minute drive. And when we came home from the Louisville Bat Museum, that was a 10,
12 minutes.
Yeah.
So that is basically going to conclude our time in Louisville. We are going to check out of here. We might head to this place called Waterfront Park that has like pretty views of all the bridges in downtown Louisville, and do a quick little walk with Riley before we get back on the road and make the journey back to Virginia.
Yep.
So we made it to Waterfront Park. You can do a little over a 2-mile loop around the whole park. But behind me is the Big 4 walking bridge where you can actually start here in Waterfront Park, and then if you walk all the way across it, you end up in Indiana. So that's pretty cool. I think it was 1 mile there and 1 mile back. Unfortunately, pets are not allowed on the bridge, so we are just doing the walk around the park today.
But I bet it'd be neat. Kentucky, Indiana, Indiana, Kentucky. We have made it back to the car after completing the Waterfront Park walk. It was about 2.5 miles or so. It was pretty enjoyable. We went clockwise. We started at a little area called the Children's Playground. Spoiler alert, there's a child's playground here. The whole first part was on the water. The whole second part was just kind of walking along a sidewalk, along a street. So it was all nice, pretty. I didn't expect to see an Abraham Lincoln Memorial. Thought that was in DC, so that was pretty cool. It looks like on the weekends they might have some like little food trucks or something. They had a couple that were closed. They had like an ice cream place, maybe coffee, and a couple places to rent scooters and stuff like that. Well, that is going to do it for our time here in not only Louisville, but also in Kentucky. We've been here for the last couple of weeks, did a little bit of exploring, saw some rural sites, some city sites, some more city sites.
We are heading back home today. We are going to be home for literally 2 days, about 48 hours before we head out on our next adventure to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh!
We are going to Pittsburgh specifically for one very special reason. A Taylor Swift concert. We're very excited. Me more so.
I'm excited. I enjoy Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swiftie, but I enjoy her music. Should be a good show.
So we're doing that on Friday, but we're heading up there on Thursday. I think Thursday we're going to take the day and kind of explore some of the area. We've been to Pittsburgh before, but haven't spent too much time there, so Riley Girl will not be joining us on this trip. One, because dogs aren't allowed at Taylor Swift concerts. Nor do I think she would have a good time if she was allowed.
Yeah.
Two, we're staying with Andrew's sister, and she has a giant dog, and I don't know how that would go, so we're not bringing her for this little trip.
Yeah, Milo is a sweet dog, but he is a very large German Shepherd. If you saw our North Carolina video, Riley made 2 friends, Max and Lacey, who collectively weigh less than her. And Milo is well over 100 pounds, so we just thought that it would probably be a little bit easier for everybody if she stayed home and not explored Pittsburgh.
Plus, we're going to be doing stuff most of the time that's not puppy friendly, so she would just be sitting in the house without us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are excited for that. We don't know what we're doing after Pittsburgh.
We've got some things going on this summer and some really cool stuff planned for this fall, but we kind of have some blank weeks in between all of those where we're going to try to squeeze some stuff in, but we're not 100% sure what we're doing yet.
Talked about potentially trying to do a little mini camping trip.
Yeah, Candace has never been backpacking, like overnight, so I think that would be a really good chance to do a local backpacking where there are no grizzly bears, because that's kind of her #1 rule, is she will not go camping where there are grizzly bears. And while we have many black bears in the Shenandoah Valley, we have no grizzly bears. All right, so we're going to hit the road, head on home, unpack, repack, and get ready to head out onto our next trip. So, we'll see y'all in Pittsburgh. Tuned to see what that gift could be. It's probably a bat.
They also have a... Sorry, there was an ad flying around.
See y'all in the morning. Bat bite. Thanks for watching Riley Roams. Please subscribe to our channel to keep up with all of our travels. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave us a comment below about your favorite part of this video.